controversy over a fundraiser on the East Coast for President Trump has sparked an outcry here in L.A. and across the nation. CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in Hollywood, in West Hollywood, in fact, to explain why protesters are outside a popular gym. Dave?
The Equinox Gym, and the crowd is a little larger than it was about an hour ago, and it's getting much louder as well. Off to my left, out of camera range, is the one lone Trump supporter who showed up and riled up the crowd, but there's plenty of security here. There is the leader of this organization, and basically it's all about the fact that who owns a gym, and the fact that the owner of this gym is very tight with Donald Trump, and these people do not like that one bit. It's a fundraiser for President Trump 3,000 miles away in the Hamptons. And according to published reports, it's $250,000 to get in. The president made mention of that fundraiser today as he left the White House headed for the Hamptons.
The controversy makes Steve Ross hotter. He'll figure that out in about a week. But he's very happy. He's got a very successful, a lot of people are going.
From the Hamptons to Hollywood, it has people here somewhat miffed.
I don't stand with his beliefs or anything.
I like to put my money where my mouth is, and since I'm pretty liberal, I don't plan on starting to support these companies.
Stephen Ross, who along with his wife is hosting the fundraiser for the president, owns the NFL Miami Dolphins, and he's also the founder and chairman of the parent company of Equinox and SoulCycle. And now there's a call for people who belong to those two gyms, because of the friendship of Mr. Ross and Mr. Trump, cancel your membership.
I've been going here for years now, and, one way I can voice my opinion is canceling my memberships.
And so he did, and he said he feels much better.
Did they try to talk you out of it? No. It was actually took like 2 minutes.
All right.
It took longer actually to park than they canceled.
Celebrity members like Christine Teigen, Billy Eichner, and Wilson Cruz all tweeted out. They have quit their membership. How about you, they ask. Ms. Teigen tweeted, quote, "Everyone who cancels their Equinox and SoulCycle memberships, meet me at the library. Bring weights."
I want to see what basically Equinox is going to do with this, and what this gentleman actually his position is with the company first before I make the decision.
This from the company. Quote, "Mr. Ross is a passive investor and is not involved in the management of either business." This from Mr. Ross. Quote, "I have known Donald Trump for 40 years, and while we agree on some issues, we strongly disagree on many others." He continues, "I have been and will continue to be an outspoken champion of racial equality, inclusion, diversity, public education, and environmental sustainability." Back out live, this is the one lone Trump supporter that showed up here that I'm telling you about. He now has a bullhorn, and he has his cap on. He had a flag as well for a minute ago. They were going toe-to-toe. No altercation, but a lot of yelling and screaming and back and forth. You can see a little bit going on right now. Behind me, the rally continues, but there's plenty of security. Two officers are standing right next to him. No fisticuffs. He's just yelling and screaming, telling me he's my president, and they're yelling back at him, saying other things about anti-Trump. So that's the way it's going here, all over a gym. At least that's what we're saying today. Reporting live from Hollywood, I'm Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News. Back to you.
All right, Dave.